It's Afro. You're watching YouTube. Here comes the good part.
My name is Afro, no, I just want the checks. My name is Afro, no, I don't need a hex. You should forget your ex and just watch Afro. My name is Afro, my name is Afro, my name is Afro.
That's some bad hat, Harry. A scene from the play The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. This play was good enough for us, Harry. It was Romeo and Juliet. I must admit that I was rather annoyed at the idea of seeing a Shakespeare play done in such a wretched hole of a place. Still, I felt interested, in a sort of way. At any rate, I determined to wait for the first act. There was a dreadful orchestra, presided over by a young Hebrew who sat at a cracked piano that nearly drove me away. But at last the drop scene was drawn up, and the play began. Romeo was a stout, elderly gentleman with corked eyebrows, a husky tragedy voice, and a figure like a beer barrel. Mercutio was almost as bad. He was played by the low comedian who had introduced gags of his own and was on most friendly terms with the pit. They were both as grotesque as the scenery, and that looked as if it had come out of a country booth. But Juliet, Harry, imagine a girl, hardly 17 years of age, with a little flower-like face, a small Greek head with plaited coils of dark brown hair, eyes that were violet wells of passion, lips that were like the petals of a rose. She was the loveliest thing I had ever seen in my life. You said to me once that pathos left you unmoved, but that beauty, mere beauty, could fill your eyes with tears. I tell you, Harry, I could hardly see this girl for the mist of tears that came across me. And her voice, I never heard such a voice. It was very low at first, with deep mellow notes that seemed to fall singly upon one's ear. And it became a little louder, and sounded like a flute or a distant hautboy. In the garden scene, it had all the tremulous ecstasy that one hears just before dawn when nightingales are singing. There were moments later on where it had the wild passion of violets. You know how a voice can stir one. Your voice and the voice of Sybil Vane are the two things I shall never forget. When I close my eyes, I hear them, and each of them says something different. I don't know which to follow. Why should I not love her? Harry, I do love her. She's everything to me in life. Night after night I go to see her play. One evening she is in Rosalind, and the next evening she is in Imogen. I've seen her die in the gloom of an Italian tomb, sucking the poison from her lover's lips. I've watched her wandering through the forest of Arden disguised as a pretty boy in hose and doublet and dainty cap. She has been mad, and has come into the presence of a guilty king, and given him rue to wear, and bitter herbs to taste of. She has been innocent, and the black hands of jealousy have crushed her reed-like throat. I have seen her in every age and in every costume. Ordinary women never appeal to one's imagination. They are limited to their century. No glamour ever transfigures them. One knows their minds as easily as one knows their bonnets. One can always find them. There is no mystery in any of them. They ride in the park in the morning and chatter at tea parties in the afternoon. They have their stereotype smile and their fashionable manner. They are quite obvious. But an actress. How different an actress is. Harry, why didn't you tell me that the only thing worth loving is an actress? Dear Harry, if you liked this video, I think that it would be in your best interest to like, comment, and or subscribe. Then you'll be able to see more videos of mine. Speaking of videos, it's a bit anachronistic for me to be speaking in such a way, as back in this time YouTube had not even been invented yet. Anyways, thank you for watching, Harry, and have a good night.